when we're overseas, I like to, I've been inspired by a lot that we've seen over there. Okay, let me move into that shirt. Getting a little too picky here. There's a lot of lace and a lot of that ivory feeling around there. Maybe if I get some of that background in right away, that'll be fun. But you know what, I'm just thinking that might, when I go into backgrounds, I tend to get in trouble. So I don't want to, I think I'll just knock this white side down on the face. Let's just knock down some of that white area. Because we're going to have to break at 8, right? Yes. I'm just knocking some of that white down. So I better wait till we come back. Just trying to get another color in there. I think maybe I'll try some permanent rose. She seems very orange to me. Actually, let me go down through the side of the face. All I'm doing is, when I say knocking down the whites, that's too yellow. Okay, I'm going to put a little in there. I have to remember to watch the painting. Sometimes we too much watch the photograph. A good thing might be to time yourself with painting from photographs, because then you just have to very quickly look for the very important parts. Maybe I can get the eyes in before we break, or something of it. Maybe it's dry enough. I usually wait for that to get bone dry before I do too much. She's got kind of bluish eyes, so let me get a. This ultra round brush tends to get, I need some clean puddles here. This is very pointy. I don't usually like to paint with it because it's the point, it paints with the point. But in this case, I want a point to get into that tight area of the eye. I've left a highlight there. In reality, it would probably be in shadow. So probably wouldn't even be showing. So I may have to neutralize that, meaning knock it down. Probably have to. Let's do that. Let's just get rid of that. I'll go ahead now and restate it. I got rid of the white of the eyes, so I don't want to do very much in there, because my theory is the more you say, the more you have to say. Think about it. Oh. See these strips? I like them. I always like paintings that feel like they're not finished yet, or they're still being painted. Like there might be a little bit left to say. I had too much red on my brush there, so that's not working. Maybe I'll take some green. Now that is an opposite color, and that does neutralize it big time. Oops. I paint with one eye closed, so sometimes I miss the bucket. Where is that thing? Now I'm starting to go into that second wash on the face down in there. I don't want to do that though, because it can get really muddy. So how can I change my mind? I'm going to dry my brush and pretend I wasn't there. It's just that I messed up that eye pretty good. But I wanted to look more mysterious than I had it. Let's get really in trouble. Why not? I like to get in trouble because then it's not so perfect. I usually like to wait, like I said, till that's all dry before I go in, but that's not stopping me now.
Do you typically mark in your shadowed areas, like your eyebrows and the shadow part of your eye with a little cross-hatching in your drawing?
It's not cross-hatching, it's just like
Just hatching?
scribble. Yeah, scribble like little pencil scribble. See, my instinct is to go in with the brown because I know her eyebrows are brown. But if I go in with a bright brown, it'll look funny. So maybe I'll add a little purple to it. To neutralize it. Okay, got that? Maybe that answers that question. Okay, let's just go over here. Sometimes I use purple a lot for those second washes because it's a more neutralized color. I feel like maybe I'm going now with some hair color. Let's go in. Let's see. Whoops. I almost went in there with a lot of colors I didn't want in the brush. Couldn't see quite right. I know this is dry. It's drying in there. It's not a good time to go in, but let's go try. This is Perylene Maroon and Quinacridine Gold. I'm going to try a little bit of that color. It's kind of, they're both Winsor Newton colors. To make that red hair. She had pretty red hair. I always like red. Okay, so I'm knocking that down. There's that Perylene, little purple. I really don't want to get that close to the head, the face wash, because you should let that hold down. So, but I just wanted to get some color in here. Oops, that's a little strong, right? You want to knock it down or neutralize it. Let's get some purple. Okay, and if that's too dark, let's lift it. If that looks too funny, we'll smush it. Or
Smush it.
a little paint. Make it look more accidental. I like a lot of energy in the paintings. We had at the workshop, we had models come in yesterday, and the students had 3 minutes to do the drawings and 8 minutes to paint them.
Oh.
They did great. They did great. They did. Okay, there's some pearls coming down there. I like to squint at the painting so I don't see too much detail. I know it's probably break time. Oh, there's a nice color. Where'd that come from? I have no idea what I even picked up. I think it's some kind of lavender. I like it. A little too predictable in the brush stroke, so let's let that go. I didn't mean to splatter quite that much. Yeah, then I'm not counting beads. I don't want to count beads. Okay, I want to get in there. Should I give you, wait, one more thing. Little darkness over here so it starts to pull the hair out. So you can start to see the shape of the face a little bit. Oh, nostrils. Before I go, let me get some nostrils in there. Remember, any holes in the head, you want to keep them warm. Think about it.
So what did you use for that?
I think it was alizarin, I think. It might have been permanent magenta. You could use even the flesh tones. Flesh tones that you were using. Okay. Maybe I'll let you take a break right now. Is it time for a break? And then I'll come back and throw that background in. Maybe it'll be some, because it's too intense, I think it overpowers everything. But if I mix, this is June bug in here, mix some of that. This was, I forget what this was. I was trying to, black, no, it wasn't, but good guess. Looks black. How about, yeah, I probably did. Here's some Prussian blue. Now, I usually pull from those puddles. I'm thinking maybe some, I'm afraid to go that dark. I'm really afraid. Anybody else go that dark? Well, I admire
This
people.
one.
What?
Don't go that dark on this painting.
Oh, thank you. I love it. I love it. How about if I make it something like that, but I can't remember how I did that. Oh, this is a little more purple, that's not bad. Maybe I could go in that direction. So as far as hitting the background, if I look for a negative shape, sometimes I think a good way to do it would be to get a mat and look at it this way. So there you see the shape. And that's where that light, I want to really pop that out. So, okay, that's probably where I'll go. And then I want to hit those feathers over there. We'll see how much time, not a lot of time left, but we'll try to get as much done as we can. Maybe what I'll do is wet that area first in the background. Let's just wet this a little bit over here. And then as I'm painting, it'll run over there and soften an edge. So, that's right. You have to have the right attitude here. That looks pretty purple. When's it going to hit that wet part so I won't have to paint so much? Let's get that white. I want to kind of relate these two areas. And maybe I'm just going to have to wet it because it's not going here. I don't want it to look cut out, so I'm going to have to be a little careful. There's a bow or something up on her hat, so I'll have to come back and figure that one out. But for now, let's see. I'm trying to get this to a color that I like, but since it's dark, I don't have a lot of time to fool around. I don't want to fool around too much. Maybe I like it. Let's wet this around here because I don't want to have a problem. Oops. Too right. But where's my Prussian blue? Here it is. Should have used my puddle brush, but that's okay. Hoping that'll, is that getting too blue? How about I put some green in there? Staying in the same family. I want to be brave. But I don't want to be stupid about it.
It's only paper.
What?
It's only paper.
It's only paper, that's right. You know, the worst thing is to like your painting and it's turning out really nicely and you're afraid. That ever happened to you?
Yes.
Happens to me all the time. Okay, let's get some purples back in here. I don't want to go over and over this. I don't want to get. I kind of liked that purple up there, and then I put that Prussian in. So let's see. Maybe. Okay, I need a bigger brush, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. Skips green. Okay, what I also want to do right away is break some of these edges so that it doesn't look quite cut out. I want to make it look more accidental. Okay, I'm going to try to connect it to the, whoops, I don't know how that happened. Okay, let's pull that down. I'm trying to mess it up a little bit so that it doesn't have this hard edge. Oops. Okay, I'm going to break one of these edges too. When I say break an edge, dry the brush and lift that edge, because all of the paint kind of goes in there. Now it's kind of settling down a little bit. I do paint at an angle, so okay, let's keep going here. I'm not sure I like it, but it's okay. It's a very big space. Usually I don't have to cover that much space. Okay. Pull that in a little bit. Just break that edge and pull that into that area here. How about maybe we break this edge too. I have a lot of hard and soft edges, mostly, sometimes soft. In fact, I used to have so many soft edges that I couldn't tell what the form was. Everything was just smushy. So it took me a while to be brave enough to start trying to have some hard edges pop. Like I said, my husband was pretty influential that way. Saying, go dark, go dark. Okay, now what I will do at some point is come over here and pull some of that through. But it doesn't have to be the same thing. It could be just little pieces of it, kind of negative shape. I am using similar color, so that will probably have me upset a little bit because it's all the same color, but maybe it really needs that. Let's see what else. I'm trying to get the real, maybe now I can change the color. I've been afraid to change the color back there. I don't know why. How about some coin gold?